Have you ever felt like life is just happening? Wake up, go to work or school, meet people, come home, sleep, and then do it all over again the next day. It's like we're on autopilot. But here's the real question. Are we truly living, or are we just following a path that was set for us by someone else? This quote comes from a man whose ideas still shape modern psychology, Carl Jung, and if you've ever felt lost, maybe it's time to finally discover who you really are. Why do we lose ourselves? We are born with endless possibilities, but as we grow up, we're conditioned to become someone that meets the expectations of our parents, teachers, and society. Jung called this the persona, a mask we wear to fit into the outside world. We become doctors, engineers, or office workers not necessarily because that's what we want, but because we were taught to want it. Over time, we forget who we truly are. Jung believed that deep within us lies something more profound than self, our true identity buried under the weight of expectations, the journey to finding yourself. All right, if we've lost ourselves, how do we find our way back? Jung called this process individuation, the path to becoming whole. But let's be real, it's not easy. There are 3 major steps we must go through. 1. Facing your shadow work. Inside each of us, there's a dark side we often ignore: fear, jealousy, anger, or desires we've suppressed because they're not acceptable. Jung called this the shadow, the hidden part of our psyche. If we want to find ourselves, we need to face this shadow, not to let it control us, but to understand it. Example: a person who was once afraid of public speaking due to past trauma, finally confronting their fear and gaining confidence. Listening to yourself. We spend so much time listening to other people's opinions, but when was the last time you truly listened to yourself? Jung believed that our intuition is our best guide. If we have the courage to follow it, we can find our true path. Example: someone who spent years in a career they never loved, finally pursuing their passion for art or writing. Living with wholeness. When we accept every part of ourselves, both the light and the dark, we reach what Jung called self-actualization. This doesn't mean life becomes perfect, but it means we finally feel whole and live as our true selves. What changes when you find yourself? When you start living as your true self, everything changes. You stop seeking validation from others. You feel more at peace and less rush. You start experiencing flow in life. And most importantly, for the first time, you actually feel alive. You don't need to have all the answers right away. Finding yourself is a journey, not a final destination. But one thing is certain: your life truly begins the moment you decide to become your true self. So, who are you really?